Exciting game here. Two teams that both have a lot of guards that can go off the dribble, get inside, create for themselves.
Reggie Redding trying to back his way in over the smaller David Kubiak.
And Redding.
2007, when they played the ball here the other night, John, it was 3 years to the day since they lost the game in this building, and it was to DePaul. Stokes, who missed the game on Wednesday with a strained hamstring. Nothing wrong with his hamstring on that shot, huh?
Tough to knock it down.
Villanova will try to pressure on the switch, and here's Reynolds, has Pena with him.
And this is what Villanova wants to do. They want to get out, they want to pressure you.
Anderson School, and his team went 36-2 in that year. Here's Reynolds up top. Checking in the game number 31, Taylor King, transfer from Duke, picked out to Stokes. That was a 2 as Phil was on the line. Stokes has not been shy of pulling the trigger. Two Maurice Ackers checked in. He doesn't start, but leads the team in assists. Here's a steal. Fisher has King and Reynolds to his right. Fisher takes it himself, and the foul on Butler. First foul of the game on the Golden Eagles.
And this is what Villanova does. They try to force turnovers. You see the nice little strip by Mr. Fisher using the left hand. Fisher is one of the best guards in the Big East at drawing contact, getting to the free throw line, taking hits.
Many times during the Villanova possession. Fisher, high screen set by King. On the switch, guarded by the much taller Hayward. Wild shot to beat the clock, and he got his own rebound. You don't suppose he missed the first one on purpose, do you? Time this year had a monster game Wednesday night against DePaul. Career high in that one of 18 points, and he only played 20 minutes. Cheek on the drive. Villanova has so many guys who can beat you off the dribble.
Against the Cowboys. You know that rivalry heated.
After getting smoked by the Cowboys in the final game of the regular season last week, with the NFC East title on the line. Reynolds with a tough 3 right to Kubiak's face.
And that's the thing that Scotty Reynolds can do. He can take you off the bounce.
5 points for Reynolds. That was his 248th career 3. 5th most in Villanova history. Only a couple behind Mike Nardi. Kubiak drove, and Reynolds knocked it off Kubiak's knee and out of bounds. 4th turnover for the Golden Eagles.
And the Golden Eagles usually sure-handed with the basketball. You see right here, Kubiak tries to get inside, and Reynolds doing a good job.
Savvy move, huh?
That's old school. That's a veteran move. My father used to get me with that move at the playground.
Waynes gets a step on his man and finishes.
And Waynes
can't make those mistakes. And he certainly can't make a turnover 35 feet from the basket like Johnson Odom did when you're not even being contested.
And if you think about their last 3 ball games, they lost to West Virginia last possession, as you see Stokes stroking the 3. But the loss to West Virginia comes down to the last possession, and they lose to Villanova last possession. Yeah, he had a solid game, and it's been a tough stretch for Marquette early in this Big East season, playing some tough teams. And
there's the double team, results in the steal. Waynes 2-on-1 with Reynolds. Waynes with the finish.
That's how Villanova hurts you. Forcing those turnovers. They're one of the best teams in the Big East Conference in transition.
He's got 3. He scored a school record 46 points in a game last year at Hutchinson Community College in Kansas. King, tough shot from the baseline.
And you see a little bit about what we're speaking of. King can face up and shoot the ball, but he can also take it off the bounce a little bit, has a little bit of everything.
Timeout. King drives and uses the right hand. Buzz Williams very upset at that defensive breakdown.
And that's just a nice pass by Reggie Redding.
Next year already, Marcus Kennedy, who is 6'9", who will join this Villanova team. That will lose through graduation. Reggie Redding and, of course, Scotty Reynolds. Quickly out of the gates from the Wildcats.
And Fisher comes right out. The L train, the local train here in Philadelphia, for the Philadelphia locals.
I ought to consider taking that to catch that 5:45 flight today. Stokes takes it right to the rim.
Over into turnovers, but very difficult when you have so many guys that can handle the basketball.
And very difficult when you're so thin. Wears you out.
Yeah.
Full court pressing when you only get 7 deep. Tough to do late in the game. Pena down low. Right around Hayward. Power move. 4 points this afternoon in the last 2 possessions. Fisher will walk it up the floor. Defended by Bikes on the screen. On the switch, picked up by Butler. Stokes from the perimeter again. Boy, he's feeling it. He has killed Marquette today.
Stokes out of Bayonne, New Jersey. They call him the Bayonne Bomber. Coming to life. Catching the Villanova off guard. Nice dish inside right there.
And the foul. Power move by Pena. The foul will be called on Fultz. His first 2 on the Golden Eagles this half. Our first official timeout of the second half. Villanova has opened up its biggest lead of the afternoon. Pena can make it 17 if he makes the free throw.
You know, so he really knew the deal here. I mean, I think Villanova's interested in winning, but they want you to do it the right way. Graduate all your players, make sure they stay out of trouble, and, you know, do your due diligence on a daily basis. And I think Jay's all part of that.
Three-pointer from the right side, knocked down by Corey Fisher. And Marquette, Buzz Williams going to go call timeout. We'll chat more with Andy Talley when we return, but the Wildcats have opened up a big, fat 20-point lead over Marquette as they try to beat the Golden Eagles for the second time in 8 days. Back with more after this.
We have kids in this weekend, and he's doing a great job for us as a professor and on campus with a lot of our players. It takes an awful lot in the offseason. I mean, we're back now on Monday. We start Tuesday mornings lifting and running at 6 o'clock in the morning. On top of that, he's a world-class person, Bob.
Speaking of Westbrook, he was a pretty good basketball player, man. I saw him here in a couple intramural games, Coach. He and the Finneran twins, they could go on the hardwood.
Well, you know, John, he was the point guard down at the Mather for a couple of years.
Boy, you guys have been good in 1AA for a long time.
You know, it's been a long haul. I mean, we've had a lot of terrific football players, starting with, you know, the Finnerans and the Westbrooks way back. And, you know, it just finally took a perfect storm for us to, you know, come on and get a national championship. We've had a lot of...
7 points for Hayward and his first points in the second half. As we approach the midway point of the half.
And as hot as Marquette was last game, they were 12 for 26 from the three-point line. They haven't been able to knock down as many shots like Stokes is knocking down right there.
Stokes. Reynolds defended by Butler. And Butler commits the silly foul.
In the Big East. Here's a guy who's not blistering fast off the dribble, but he continues to go by you. And you just wonder, how is he getting by me? It's a nice pass right there to Redding. By Wayans.
And Redding finishes.
But Reynolds just